Oh, we are live. You're talking to just things on the floor. Those
It
are
does
dogs.
look like that. I'm just like, lay down.
Just like lay down on the floor. I'm talking to a dog, you guys. Welcome. Hello. Good
Hello.
morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Let me get my comments up so I can see what everybody's saying, what everybody's doing. Everybody's
Well,
there. Hello.
Harley's like, now I got to Google search this granny dancing thing. No, you don't, because that's part of our show. You don't have to Google it.
Don't do that. Don't do it. We're talking about all the things this morning.
That's the whole point of having it in the headline. It's because we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, make sure that you guys, if you're not subscribed to this podcast, do so. You can put us right there, or you can put us in the front, which is a little inappropriate. But listen, we're happy to ride anywhere you want us to ride on your daily ride.
It's like a kangaroo pouch.
Yeah, it's like, yes.
Put us in your pouch.
Put us right there in your pouch or in your back pocket, in your tool belt, wherever.
Right there.
We'll just ride along your day. We'll just be right there with you all throughout your day. You guys, we're right there with you.
All throughout.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or so your fanny pack. Great idea, Laura.
Fanny pack. Yes. Fanny pack. Fanny packs are back, you guys.
They kind of are.
My daughter has two. Yeah. They're they're like fancy now. Fanny packs are fancy. All the girls wear them. They strap them this way. They wear them like this way. So they're sort of like a crossbody, but
so I mean, it's like a rib pack. It's like
it's like, listen, I'm onto them. They're fanny packs. They're like, but they just wear them differently. But they're fanny packs, you guys. We're onto them.
Of course, right out of the gate, we should recognize the date, and that is 9/11, the anniversary of 9/11. So we should be remembering all of the people we lost that day. And Daisy found just like a video that we're going to share of some voicemails from the planes. I've already been crying about it this morning, probably going to cry again. And I just feel like this is the kind of masochism that's sort of required on this day. You know what I mean?
Because too many people are forgetting.
Right. Like you owe it to yourself, and like we all owe it to the country to just feel the things on this day so that we don't forget. Yeah. And so here is that video.
Honey, are you there? Jack, pick up, sweetie. Okay, well, I just wanted to tell you I love you. We're having a little problem on the plane. I'm totally fine. I just love you more than anything. Just know that. And, I'm comfortable and I'm okay for now. Just a little problem, so I just love you. Please tell my family I love them too. Bye, honey.
Elsa, it's Lynn. I only have a minute. I'm on United 93, and it's been hijacked by terrorists who say they have a bomb. Apparently, they have flown a couple of planes into the World Trade Center already, and it looks like they're going to take this one down as well. Mostly, I just wanted to say I love you, and I'm going to miss you. and please keep my love to my dad. And mostly, I just love you, and I just wanted to tell you that. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to tell you that again or not. All my stuff is in the safe. The safe is in my closet in my bedroom. The combination is you push C for clear and then 0913, and then it should, and maybe pound, and then it should unlock. I love you, and I hope I can talk to you soon. Bye.
Hi, baby. Baby, you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. I want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I don't know what to say. There's 3 guys. They've hijacked the plane. I'm trying to be calm. We're turned around, and I've heard that there's planes that's been flown into the World Trade Center. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
I mean, can you even? I know I saw that last night, and I thought that, you can, the pictures, they're going to be I say they're going to be all over the place today, but are they? Because I think so many people, I think so many people have forgotten. Like I asked my daughter, do you guys talk about this at school? Which is a really important question to ask your kids and your grandkids, right? Are you talking about this in school? And she goes, yeah, Mama, we, we'll talk about it a little bit. Like it depends on the class, you know, but it's so important for kids to talk about it, to remember. It's so important for all of us to just remember this day. Cause I think that it's becoming less and less remembered, you know? And we cannot forget,
time, right? Like they say, time heals, and it does, because it gives you distance from your emotions that were so strong that day.
Right.
But that's why it's just so important to relive it, because people do forget, and they shouldn't. And people who remember it so vividly need to be the ones that are reminding the kids, telling the kids, explaining what that was like, you know?
Yeah. You know, one of the positive things that I take from that whole experience though is, and I will always say this around every time, like when this comes around every time this year, like during this time of year, is how unified we were on September 12th.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that? Do you remember how unified we were as a country? As awful and as just horrific as that experience was, how unified we were. It's like, I can't remember. I think that was the last time that we were just so patriotic and just together.
And flags sold out.
Yeah.
And now they're looked at as unsafe.
And
by people in our own country. It's freaking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyway, let's move on to some other things. In fact, let's move on to something happy, because Stephen Miller, who everybody remembers being advisor to President Trump during the Trump presidency, has just had a baby. And I have never, since my own son was born, who ended up as a tiny, tiny premature infant, looking so much like his father that it was crazy. I can't remember the last time I've seen a baby look more like their father than Stephen Miller's baby. You guys, look at this face.
Oh my gosh. It totally does.
I mean, it's him. It's just the tiny little him.
It's like a tiny little version of him. Wow. What a cutie.
Oh my gosh, so precious.
So cute.
So anyway, I had to share it because I thought we're going to start out sad, but damn it. We're also going to have some happy.
The cutest little thing. What's his first name? Do we know?
I don't think he said. No, it doesn't look like he said in this thread.
Baby
so I'm
Miller.
not sure.
Okay.
And I just love the hat. It's like,
I know. Hi. Hi. It's so cute.
Just so completely precious.
Yeah, that's really, really cute.
Also, before we get into some things, reminder to everybody, September 18th, a week from today, the show is going to kick off at a later time at 7:45 instead of 7:30. So please mark your calendars for that. And do not forget to check out cozyearth.com/chicks, because the joggers, in fact, I have them right here because I just washed them. Look at this fabric. I don't know if you can appreciate the silky, smooth, buttery softness of the fabric of the joggers. It's that bamboo viscose that is like just like it's smoother than silk, because it's not like slickery. It's just smothery.
It's buttery, smothery goodness. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It just feels so good on your skin. And you can save up to 40% off right now at Cozy Earth, not just on the joggers, but on all of their loungewear, all of their other products, which are all so luxurious, and they make phenomenal luxury gifts for the super special people in your life. So if you have a hard to buy for parent, sibling, friend, this is your answer, because it is like the height of luxury, and you're giving somebody you love something that they are going to be like, damn, I am well loved.
You guys, it's time to start buying Christmas presents. Let's get real.
I mean, Daisy's tree is up, so
it's time.
It's time.
Yeah. I mean, the minute it like stops being 100 degrees in Texas, I'm like, is it time to put my Christmas? Yes, it's time. I'm putting it up. I'm putting it up tomorrow.
So 40% savings right now when you use code CHICKS at cozyearth.com/chicks. So stock up because it's good savings right now. The reason for my name today, Mock Uyghur, is in honor of Chunk Uyghur.
Chunk yogurt.
And the reason is because he's actually saying things out loud that liberals tend not to say on Twitter. And he said on Twitter, and I will quote, "I'll say the thing that no one else is willing to say. Joe Biden is being intensely selfish by running again. He is putting his ego above the interests of his party and his country."
Interesting. So
he started a petition that like people can sign saying, bow out, get out, and let somebody else run in your place.
He wants like a Gavin to run then. A Chunk Yogurt wants like a Gavin. Okay. Which makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way. It can't be him. It just can't be. He's just, my God, this weekend was just another example. It's just every day that guy gets out there and does stuff. He just looks like a complete imbecile. He embarrasses all of us.
It's bad. And
it's
I have a montage. I have, and I didn't even include all of the bad things that I could have included because there was so much. So he was at the G20, traveling around Asian countries and starting in Vietnam. I believe that's where he started.
Yes.
And you guys, it was just an embarrassment on every single level. First of all, thinking that he should say "Good evening, Vietnam" because of the song "Good Morning, Vietnam."
Oh my God.
He's under the impression that that's a song.
Yeah.
And so this is how he kicked off his press conference. Check it out.
It is evening, isn't it? This around the world in 5 days is interesting. Well, there's that one of my staff members said, remember the famous song, "Good Morning, Vietnam"?
No.
Well, good evening, Vietnam.
No.
Good morning back in America.
I can't. Just what?
Robin Williams is like rolling around his grave going,
oh my God.
No.
Oh my God.
You guys, make it stop. Somebody make it stop.
He's still under the impression that there's this John Wayne movie where John Wayne talks about a dog-faced pony soldier.
It doesn't exist. It's not, it's in the same place as that song. It doesn't, there is no.
The way that he tells the story is just so bumbling and babbling, and it's just nonsense, and it's embarrassing. Listen.
My brother loves having those famous lines from movies that he always quotes. And one of them is there's a movie about John Wayne. He's an Indian scout, and they're trying to get I think it was Apache, one of the great tribes of America, back on the reservation, and he's standing with the Union soldiers. We're all on their horses in their saddles, and there's 3 or 4 Indians in headdresses, and the Union soldiers basically saying to the Indians, "Come with me, we'll take care of you, everything will be good." And the Indian looks at John Wayne and points to the
I'm falling asleep.
Says, "He's a lying, dog-faced pony soldier." Well, there's a lot of lying, dog-faced pony soldiers out there about global warming, but not anymore. All of a sudden, we're realizing it's a problem, and there's nothing like seeing the light.
You know what John Wayne did say? Life is hard, but it's harder if you're stupid. But then what he didn't say, like there should be like a little caveat after that says, but except for if you're a politician. Because it should be hard for everybody, right? If you're stupid, like except for politicians, get a break. Because this guy is like the dumbest guy. He's so dumb, you guys. I mean, I know he has dementia, but he really is not a very smart man. But his life has been so cush.
Yeah.
So easy. I mean, people just give him a pass. So easy. Look at the life he's living on our dime. It should be a lot harder for him because he's that stupid.
Yeah.
And it's just not.
It's just not.
Mm-mm.
And he is clearly not in charge of really anything, as he makes abundantly clear. I would hope much to the chagrin of his staffers, but nobody stops him from saying things like, I've been given my orders of who to call on and stuff like this. Listen.
Let's see. I'm just following my orders here.
Oh my God. Obama's like, you shouldn't have said that, buddy. Not out loud.
Staff, if anybody haven't spoken, I ain't calling on you. I'm calling. I said there are 5 questions.
Oh my God.
Anita, VOA.
It's just so embarrassing.
It's so bad.
And obviously it's not just us that thinks that.
Oh,
I mean, there are people like when Chunk Yogurt is saying it out loud. It's bad on both sides. We're all thinking
that's when it's really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And like as a world leader, listen, I get that it's probably tiresome to travel to 5 countries in a very short span of time. And these are all in a complete opposite time zone. I get that must be tiring. I don't want to hear it from the president of the United States.
Right.
And yet this is what he said to the crowd.
Have a game plan. He may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
Oh my God.
I mean, his face.
I know.
I'm going to go to bed. You're going to say that out loud?
Exactly.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, let me go ahead and run for another 4 years. There's just no freaking way. What a complete disgrace this guy is.
And he was in some rambling mode when they finally just cut his mic because he started to answer another question. And then they finally were just like, oh my God, just stop. Because you're delirious and you're a million years old and you need to stop. But even when they were in session, like with the other members of the G20, when it was his turn to go, he was all confused about who was there, who was going to speak. Listen to this.
And I particularly want to thank Prime Minister Modi and the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, and President von der Leyen and the European Commissions. And since he's not speaking today, I wanted to, well, maybe he is speaking today. I had a note he wasn't speaking at any rate.
God.
I'm going to stop there.
Thank you for stopping
maybe
there.
Maybe you should just stop altogether. Just stop everything. You
God.
guys feel safe? Everybody feel safe?
Yeah.
Secure? Yeah. Mm-hmm. God help us is right, buddy. God help us is right. It's so bad, you guys. I mean, it's like
really,
other
really
countries
bad.
are talk about, people used to say that about Trump. People used to say, oh, other countries are looking at us and laughing. No, they weren't. They were actually kind of afraid of us. Now they're actually looking at us and laughing.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And they should be. I mean, he's giving them every reason to do that. Every reason.
This guy. So
and
bad.
then as his emergency backup, we have Kamala, who is just as terrible in different ways. She was in that same interview that we showed some clips of from last week. They're releasing more of that. And now there's a question about where she personally stands when it comes to the cutoff for abortion access. So this interviewer could not be clearer about the nature of the question, but Kamala's doing that thing, and she's kind of back to her Kavanaugh mode in this clip where she's just mean and she's trying to belittle the interviewer almost in her tone. She's very dismissive.
This is the same chick from last week that kept asking about age, right?
Yeah.
And this questioning was awesome. I really appreciated this. She was digging and
she was digging.
Yeah.
Did not get an answer, but she tried. Here it is.
So what is it that you believe? I mean, what week of pregnancy should abortion access be cut off?
We need to restore the protections of Roe versus Wade.
We're
not trying to do something new.
Well, that was nebulous because it was about viability, which could be anywhere between 20 to 24 weeks.
No. Let me be very clear.
The Women's Health Protection Act that the White House also endorsed.
Let me be very clear. From day one, the president has been clear. I have been clear. We need to put back the protections that are in Roe v. Wade into law. Since the Supreme Court took it, Congress has the power and ability to pass legislation to put those protections back in law, and Joe Biden will sign that bill. So that is what we want.
but does it need to be specific in terms of defining and where that guarantee goes up to and where it does not, at which week of pregnancy?
We need to put back in place the protections of Roe versus Wade.
You
we
know
are
why
not
I'm asking you this question, though, because
we're not trying to do anything that did not exist before June of last year.
It wasn't crafted into law, and that's why I'm asking you for the specifics there, because Republicans say the lack of a precise date in cutting it off.
Yeah,
you know this. They say that allows Democrats to perform abortions up until birth,
which is ridiculous,
which is statistically not accurate.
It's ridiculous, and it's a mischaracterization of the point. No, the point is.
But do you need to be more precise?
I am being precise. We need to put into law the protections of Roe versus Wade.
She was not
precise.
There was nothing precise about that. She just kept saying the same thing over and over. She's being precise in her obtuseness. Is that a word? Obtuseification. Yeah.
I mean, she tried though. That reporter, she did. I mean, credit.
And they can never give you a date. If you ask a liberal who believes in, killing babies, right? Who believes in choice, the pro-choice thing, you could give me a date. When is it okay? When is it okay? When is it not okay to kill a baby? Okay.
They'll always divert it and just say it's a choice between the woman and her doctor.
Oh my God. Give me a date. Just give me a date. When is a baby a baby? Give me the give me the date. Give me the time frame. They cannot tell you. Okay. Well, it's like she couldn't tell you.
And she's been very, very, very busy. She had a very busy weekend. And if you're wondering, like, if she was dealing with her AI stuff, because, she's the czar of AI, or whether she was bordering, maybe she was doing some important work at the border. No, she had stuff far more important than that. And that was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip hop on the lawn of her house. And you guys,
it's not pretty.
Got down.
You think?
Got down with herself.
What is that outfit?
What is it?
No. What is her get up, y'all? The outfit? What is that?
I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. I'm turning it down only because I'm afraid of the song.
What is this? What's this? This is the universal sign for I dance like Elaine on Seinfeld.
I mean, she's slightly better and more on beat, I guess, than Elaine. But yeah, that's everybody was calling on Twitter. It was called the granny dance.
That's
how they were referring to it. Yeah,
this is dance. I'm gonna be a granny. I'm gonna start dancing like this. What is that move right there? The shoe fly.
I don't know.
It's called the shoe fly. That's what it's called, y'all. Make it work. Shoe fly. Everybody start doing it.
Oh my God. So, I'm just so you know that there is important work being done in DC.
Oh my God, totally.
Very important work.
Hashtag shoe fly. That's what it is, you guys. It's the Kamala. She can get down.
She can get down.
Uh-huh.
Very, very, very excited to remind everybody about how important it is to make sure your dogs live their longest and best life. And you can help them do that with Ruff Greens. It's the green powder just for your dogs. And it was created by the founder, naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black, who is always focused 100% of the time on improving the health of your furry little friends. And so, by the way, just interesting side notes about Dr. Black, former airborne ranger, Green Beret, Vietnam era helicopter pilot. He got the Distinguished Service Medal. It's kind of an impressive background.
Kind of a badass.
And the green powder, green powders are often scary to people and perhaps dogs too. Like perhaps if I talked to Ella beforehand and I was like, listen, you're 14 and I'm going to get you a green powder to extend your life. She would have been like, ew.
Yeah.
But they're not. You guys, the dogs, they freaking love this stuff. And so that's the best part, is that not only are you helping them prolong their health, you're helping their coats be shiny, you're helping their breath smell less bad, you're helping them in so many different ways when you get them on a routine diet of Ruff Greens, which brings their dead food to life. And they love it. That's the best part. So you can get a free free Jumpstart trial bag of Ruff Greens. Try it with your dogs yourself. All you do is cover shipping. Visit ruffchicks.com. That's RUFF chicks.com and order yourself your free Jumpstart trial bag so you can let your dogs taste it. And then your dogs are going to be like, please order this on a continual basis.
Yeah.
They'll say that out loud.
Cash is very picky and he loves it. He really loves it.
See?
I mean, Astrid would eat, anything. You put anything. She eats cow crap, you guys. I mean, she'll eat anything. But Cash, like seriously, you put that stuff. He loves it. Absolutely loves it. So just keep that in mind. They love it.
This is the thing, you guys. The dogs love it. There's your proof right there.
Mm-hmm.
A couple thank yous. John Newbaum. Instead of telling 6-year-old boys they're girls, how about teachers say never forget instead? Because they were 6 and the media said Bush did it. Stacky77, thank you so much. He says, let me be very clear. Yeah, that's a common refrain from this White House administration.
She's never clear on anything.
And KJP says it all the time too. We've been very clear. The president has been clear about this.
They've been very
clear
on their non-clarity. That's what they've been clear about.
I regret to inform everyone that Nancy Pelosi, at the tender age of 83, is running for re-election here.
I feel very exhilarated by the encouragement I had to continue representing my great city of San Francisco. You have the White House behind you. I have homes in San Francisco behind me, and that is my strength. And the needs that our city have right now really call for me to stay another term. I had the privilege of representing San Francisco for a long time. I've had, and they have given me the latitude to serve as speaker, as leader for over 20 years, and whip as well. Visit 87 countries, serve 30 years on the Intelligence Committee, all of those things. But at the same time, being central to my service was representing my district. In gratitude to them for that, I have agreed to stay on another term in order to help meet the needs that we have now.
And that is
why? Why are they doing this? Have they seen San Francisco lately? It is a shithole. What is going on? What is happening? Honest to God, they deserve what they get. They do. They deserve every bit of what they get. That woman is eating $14 a pint ice cream from her $23,000 fridge, okay? Enjoying the high life while y'all are living in like tent cities out there. Like, I cannot with these people. I can't.
But they'll vote her in again. I guarantee it.
It's okay, fine. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit.
Yep.
That's what happens there. It is, if you've not, I cannot feel sorry for these people. I can't. It's another
I will
city.
say she does look very, very good at 83.
Because she has gotten like because this is the thing. You start seeing things start going south, and then she like goes back to the doctor and they pump her full of all the Tracker Jacker juice.
And they pull back.
Everything gets pulled and squeezed and like pumped. And then she'll be like, I got to get on camera again. And
they do a good job. Her surgeons are good. I will give her that.
She's got Jane Fonda's surgeon. I feel like they have the same person. It's really fantastic. I don't think it's just Botox, y'all. That's not just Botox. No. That is like a whole crew of like Sandra Bullock from Miss Congeniality people that are working on her behind the scenes. They got like flares and like spackle and everything back there.
It's like a whole Depp becomes her team of people.
It's like a whole team of people. She like goes behind the scenes for like 2 days. She like emerges and then she's like, I'm ready for my spotlight. And then she gets out there and then she goes on camera and then she has to go back to her like crypt, and then this is because there's no way. That's just not normal. It's not normal. Spackle, lots of spackle. Yeah.
Well, Dana Bash and her sidekick, I don't remember who this guy, I don't remember. His name's Manu, I think, this guy.
His name is Manu? Did you just say his name is Manu?
I'm pretty sure that's his name.
His first name is Manu.
I don't know. I don't actually know if it's his first name or his last name, but that's who Dana's talking to about the fact that Nancy is running again. And so, he's talking about the age thing. Here it is.
Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker Emerita, who is still a member of Congress, announced in California that she is going to run for yet another term to be a rank and file member of the House. Manu, you have been covering her for a very long time. Does this surprise you?
A little bit, yes and no. I mean, not surprised because she loves the fight. She loves to be in the middle of it. I think she's settled into a role as a rank and file member of the House after being the leader and speaker of the House for 2 decades. She's been in office since 1987. She's 83 years old. So there's probably some expectation that perhaps it's time for her to move on. There's already been a succession to quiet moving behind the scenes to replace her, including potentially by her own daughter. But, Pelosi is enjoying, I think, this moment and believes that Democrats could get back in the majority next cycle. And she's making clear she's not going anywhere, at least for the next few years.
I mean, it's like she's just of a ripe age of 110. She chews her food with a straw. She's ready to do this again, you guys. It's great. I mean, what is wrong with these people? How are we? I blame her constituents. I blame all those. I blame them all. Listen, she is batshit crazy. And she's older than dirt. These people are older than dirt. And it's like, and I want to blame them because they're power hungry and they're awful. And she's so old. Have I mentioned how old she is? And it doesn't matter. It's the people who elect her. It's their fault. It's all their fault.
Yeah.
I blame it on them.
Their fault.
Yeah. Look at that place. Just look around. Look at San Francisco. Look at it. Oh my God. I'm over it.
April, thank you. And by the way, we get to super stickers when it makes sense to. So please don't get after us for not immediately shouting you out if we don't get to, sometimes we don't get to them until the end of the show. So I promise we will, and we see you and we appreciate you. April, thank you, says, my daughter does not have a bus this year for school. Our district will not allow buses for private school. How about the 20,000? Where did it go? Hang on. How about the 20,000 new illegals in New Jersey that get everything for free, don't pay taxes? Oh my God. I mean, don't even get us started. Well, and Mayor Adams is just now announced that they're cutting services like across the board because the illegals are taking so much money, essentially.
This is me playing the violin.
He's also, and I do feel this sucks because he's also eliminating overtime for all of the uniformed services. So fire, police, they're getting rid of overtime because of the cost of these illegals. And that sucks. It's so not fair to the first responders who deserve to, I mean, they're needed now more than ever. So they're going to be working them to the bone and not paying them overtime.
Well, I hope that every first responder that voted for a Democrat anywhere in that administration thinks again the next time that they go to vote. Seriously, I mean, that no offense against first responders, but I'm sure that there were first responders that voted for Democrats and they voted for unions and they voted, you know what I mean? They voted for, stop it. Like, quit voting for these jackholes. Quit.
Yeah. Well, and Mayor Adams was on TV yesterday and somebody pointedly asked, aren't you a hypocrite to be all lovey-dovey about sanctuary cities and the fact that you are one, and then be mad about the overrunning of your city by illegals? Doesn't that make you a hypocrite? That's just a right-wing Trumpism talking point. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
What the hell?
Yeah, you are. He is a giant hypocrite.
Of course he is.
He's like the king of the hypocrites. That's exactly what he is. I mean, get him out of there.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, all he's calling out Biden, but it's way too little, way too late.
Yeah.
Too late.
It's just like all these people, I know we're going to get to it, but it's just like all these people who, complained and moaned about law enforcement and they wanted to defund the police. And now all of a sudden they're living in those shitholes.
Yeah.
They're living in those places that are just overridden with crime. And they're like, I don't understand why I got mugged. I don't know why I got mugged. I don't know. It's like, gee, I wonder why. I wonder why you got mugged today. I wonder why your family is experiencing crime at such high levels. I don't know, because you're one of those people that screamed to defund the police and you screamed and you voted for this crap. I mean, they just can't see it. This is the thing. What is it going to take? It's going to take for all those people to experience the crapholery that they're living in to start voting for policies that actually benefit them.
Yeah.
It's
and word on the street is that Venezuela essentially emptied their prisons, and that's who's coming across the border. So we're definitely not getting their finest people, you guys. We're getting the absolute worst scourge of society. That's who's coming across. That's who's hanging out in New York City.
Oh, wait,
and elsewhere.
Wait, we're not getting doctors and lawyers? Oh,
it's so weird.
I can't believe it.
It's just unreal.
Crazy.
Let's get to some election tidbits. I have just kind of a mishmash of all sorts of election related stuff here. We'll start off with the fact that Biden's polling is terrible, like really terrible, to the point where Democrats are legit starting to worry. Here's Dana again with some of that.
Our new poll has important new takeaways about 2024. There is deep-rooted dissatisfaction with the incumbent and the direction he is taking the country. There are even deeper doubts about if Mr. Biden is up to the job again. CNN's David Chalian is standing by for us at the Magic Wall. David, these numbers are just not good if you are a sitting president of the United States. Show us what they tell us.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, Dana. This is setting off alarm bells inside the Biden campaign in the White House. Overall, his approval rating is down now at 39% approve. So more than 6 in 10 Americans disapprove of the job he's doing. And you see, he's been hovering here for a little bit, Dana, since the spring. You mentioned that Democrats would like somebody other than Biden as the nominee of their party. That is dramatically so. 2/3 of Democratic and Democratic-leaning voters say that they would like a different candidate to be the Democratic nominee. Only 1/3 of Democrats and Democratic leaners say they want Joe Biden to be the nominee. And we asked this open-ended question of Democrats and Democratic leaners: what is your biggest concern about a Biden candidacy? It's not even close, Dana. 49% say it's his age, 7% mental sharpness, 7% health, ability to do the job. This is all related to Joe Biden being the oldest president currently serving and obviously asking the country to renew his contract for 4 more years beyond next year.
And what about...
Who are the 4 in 10 that approve? I mean, raise your hand and then promptly punch yourself in the face. Who are you?
Condone violence on this show.
I totally condone violence in that particular instance. Because who the hell are you?
Right?
Know, like, who? Seriously, are you just the celebrities? Are you like who? Is it just like Stephen Colbert and all of your friends? Like,
who's that kid that Henry Sisson guy?
Right,
it's him and all the people that are paid to like him.
Right, all you people on Twitter. I just don't understand who those. Because I feel like that number should be a lot lower at this point. How are you living in the world? Are you paying for groceries and gas and all the things and and you're circulating throughout the economy? Like, I don't understand.
I know. We have problems of our own, and that is that there's a clip of Senator Cassidy from Louisiana. This is a Republican, and this is what he's saying about his vote in the general.
In February of 2021, you decided that Donald Trump was unfit to ever hold federal office again. Your vote for convict said that as much. You've answered this question very carefully in the past, which you said you plan to support a Republican. If he is the nominee, can you vote for him? I know where you are on Biden. Can you vote for Trump?
We're keeping our streak alive. Every time we've met, you've asked me about this.
I understand that. Well, it's I don't know why isn't it an easy answer?
Well, because I'm going to vote for a Republican. Yes, I am.
But you might have to write it in?
Might have to write it in.
I cannot. I mean, seriously?
My fist is just forming on all these people. I can't.
I know. Oh, my God. When he doesn't even have help from freaking sitting senators, that just makes me so mad.
What's he gonna write in? What's he gonna write?
And what's the point?
I know.
What's the point of writing in somebody else's name?
What's he gonna?
Oh my God!
I want to know what he's gonna write in. I am a douche. What's he gonna? I don't understand. What do you write? Who are you writing in? Chris Christie.
Oh my God! Well, I've got some Chris Christie coming up for you too.
I can't like seriously. What are you writing? That's not helpful. Don't even bother writing anything in. like he's taking some high road. I'm gonna write something. I'm gonna write somebody in. Really? Oh, congratulations. That's great.
The people that do that, they're just like, I can't in good conscience.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write somebody in. You are a complete loser, and you're wasting everybody's time. You're reelecting Biden. That's what you're doing.
Exactly. I'm taking the moral high ground by writing somebody in. No, you're handing it to the Democrats.
Exactly.
You're a jerk. Nobody likes you. Go away.
And speaking of jerks that nobody likes. Nice segue. Dick
really
Cheney, you guys, Dick Cheney looks like a serial killer.
You guys, he's still alive. Did you know that? He's still alive.
He is terrifying. Like, I legit got so creeped out when I saw this. Now, of course, he's bitching about Trump because this is his favorite thing to do.
So mad.
He looks so, what's the word? Not intimidating, but
what's
not evil, but
maybe he is. I think all those words you're using are actually apropos.
But it's like menacing. I think
menacing.
It's menacing is the word I'm looking for.
Menacing, yes.
Menacing,
yes.
Because he's got his cowboy hat, but then he's like looking down, but his eyes are looking up, so it's super creepy. Are you ready?
Cowboys shouldn't look like that. Cowboys should never look. He needs to take the freaking hat off already. Stop it. Stop it, Dick.
Are you ready?
Yes. Here we go.
In our nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. He tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. He is a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election, and he lost big. I know it, he knows it, and deep down, I think most Republicans know it.
I mean, he looks
sinister.
Terrifying.
Somebody said sinister. Yes, sinister is the word. That's the word. A real man would shoot their friend when you're hunting. A real man would do that. Damn it.
Oh my God. So grouchy. And
he's just God. So he's just, can you imagine being married to that guy? He's just like, rah, rah, rah. I need my Metamucil. I need it. I'm so constipated. He's always constipated. He is.
Maybe that's why he's so grouchy.
I think he's so grouchy because he probably hasn't crapped in like 5 years. That poor guy. God.
Well, we all know that at this next debate, which is September 27th, Trump is not going to participate in that one either. We don't know about the one after that, but Christie is now saying that if Trump doesn't go to the one after the September one, he's going to start following him around the country to try to have a confrontation. So basically, Christie is on record saying that he plans to stalk Donald Trump. Here he is.
Stage and saying, since he's got a big lead nationally in the national polls, that he is not going to do any of the debates.
Oh my God.
Well, if he doesn't do any of the debates, Howie, we're going to give him another chance. I'm sure he's not coming to the Reagan debate. We'll give him another chance in Alabama. But if he doesn't come there, then I'm going to follow him around the country. Wherever he goes, I'll go. And we'll wind up talking to each other one way or the other. And he knows that's true.
Change your travel schedule to go where Trump goes, just so I'm clear.
You bet.
What in the world?
Oh my God, this is like getting better and better. Like, it's
what is that even going to look like? I don't even understand. It makes no sense at all.
Christie trying to be inconspicuous, like hiding somewhere.
Oh, I don't think he wants to hide. I think he wants to be all up in his face.
Well, there's no way he can hide. Have you seen him? It's not like that guy can hide anywhere. It's not like that's going to be able to. He can't do that. He can't.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. You guys, he's going to stalk Trump.
Yeah. And to what end? I have no idea. Like what do they want? Does he want a physical altercation? Like what is this even?
He's going to be throwing donuts at Trump. Come on, let's fight, dude. Let's fight. I can't.
It's so ridiculous.
It is the most ridiculous thing. What is even happening? What's happening on our side of the aisle?
Well, I can tell you one good thing that's happening, that is that Tim Scott has a girlfriend, you guys.
He does? He's a girlfriend?
Yes. I don't know anything about her, but he finally answers the "Is Tim Scott single?" question right here.
I want to bring you to another Axios story. And this headline, you might have caught your attention. GOP donors are privately pushing to Senator Tim Scott to give more details about his private life, your single status. So you must have heard this, and you got to be attuned. Without donations, without support, you can't run. What is your status?
Well, obviously, at this point, I'm taken. I have a wonderful girlfriend, and we have a wonderful relationship. The good news is God has blessed me with a smart Christian woman. That's great news. But more importantly is why are the headlines there? The headlines are there because as I rise in the polls, as people show up at my town halls, it scares even my opponents.
I mean, God bless him.
That's really cute.
Isn't it?
He has a good Christian girlfriend. I love that.
I know. It just made me so happy.
Any woman out there who wanted to date Tim Scott, he's off the market.
He's taken, he said.
I love that.
I know. I thought that was so cute.
That is so cute. What? I guess people feel like that is their business, right?
Yeah, they want to know everything about the candidate that they want to know everything about all the candidates.
Okay, now somebody do Lindsey Graham.
Thankfully, mercifully, he is not running for president.
I know. But we all want to know what's the deal there. What's the deal?
We all want to know.
Yeah.
Very, very excited that it is officially Steaktember. And during Steaktember, you guys, omahasteaks.com, remember how they used to do the giveaway? Like if you got this package, then they would send you some free burgers or free hot dogs or whatever. They have so upped their game for everybody here. So now when you go to omahasteaks.com and you put the word chicks into the search field, not only are you going to save 50% on select packages, they're going to throw in 2 free New York strip steaks. Hello. 2 free steaks on top of whatever package you get. Oh man.
New York strips.
That's like a whole new level of awesome.
New York strips.
Oh, the steaks, man. The steaks. The New York strips are amazing. The filet, the bacon wrapped fillets.
Oh my God. I have them for lunch.
Mouth watering, sizzling, delicious.
Put them in the air fryer. Put them in the air fryer, you guys. Pro tip.
They're so quick and easy for lunch when you do it that way.
Right.
And then of course, don't forget your sides. The scalloped potatoes are to die for. And of course, the caramel apple tartlets or other tartlets. They have amazing desserts that you can just heat up in the microwave super, super quick. Super, super easy. Or you can bake them however you want to do. But the 50% off still at omahasteaks.com. Use the word chicks in the search bar to get the best deals. Get it. Stock up today for Steaktember. It's Steaktember. Okay, we have to move on because Gavin Newsom has sort of officially confirmed that he is not going to run. Like he does not intend to take Biden's place. I think it's still possible.
Yeah, I do too. I totally do too.
And
they all lie. They're all liars.
He is so freaking smooth, you guys. So a couple clips. The first one where Chuck Todd is directly asking him, like, listen, you're getting a lot of pressure to run. Maybe you should run. And he's like, no, Biden's going to be fine. But in the second clip, he talks about how he's afraid for democracy if it's Trump or any other Republican, how afraid he is for democracy. But the reason that I included that clip is just because I want everybody to be reminded about how smooth of an operator he is, how effortlessly he communicates such terrifying messages. You know what I mean? Like he's so sneaky and awful of a human, but I can so see how people are easily snowed by him because he's super, super smooth and like sleazy.
He will sell you a used car. That guy will sell you all the used cars.
And I would buy them.
I know.
You know, I'm the girl that would get into the car with Ted Bundy.
Totally. She would have totally gotten into a car with Ted Bundy. I would not have gotten to the car with Ted Bundy, but she would have been like, oh my God, your leg is hurt. Oh,
let me help you into this white van.
Yeah, this is the thing. There are a lot of people like that. A lot of people would like fall into that category. I know a lot of people here are like, ew, he's gross. And I feel the same way, but
totally.
Listen, some people are really into that whole he's greasy and charming. And I'm like, ew. But some people think that I know a girl that actually wrote me the other day that she is part of this big conservative group at Baylor. And she's like, you know what? He's really handsome. and she's young and conservative. And she's like, he's Gavin Newsom. I hate that he's so handsome. There are a lot of people that feel that way. A lot of young girls, a lot of young women, a lot of suburban women who feel that way about him. I think he's disgusting.
Yeah. But you can see that other people totally buy into that stuff.
Crap. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to let these clips run together. So again, the first one is the question about him running, and then the second one is his take on the Republican field.
Filing deadlines haven't passed. President Biden doesn't run. Why shouldn't we consider you a likely candidate?
I think the vice president is naturally the one lined up, and the filing deadlines are quickly coming to pass. And I think we need to move past this notion that he's not going to run. President Biden is going to run, and looking forward to getting him reelected. I think there's been so much wallowing in the last few months and hand-wringing in this respect, but we're gearing up for the campaign. We're looking forward to it.
But you hear these calls privately. What do you tell these donors who are wallowing?
Time to move on. Let's go.
And am I supposed to interpret that comment about the vice president that if for some reason the president chose not to run at this point,
that's the
everybody rallies around her?
It's the Biden-Harris administration. Maybe I'm a little old-fashioned.
Yeah,
maybe I'm a little old-fashioned about presidents and vice presidents. I was a lieutenant governor, so I'm a little subjective.
Yeah,
I think another 4 years of Donald Trump will break us.
I hope we don't have to experience that. But I worry about democracy. I worry about the fetishness for autocracy that we're seeing, not just from Trump, but around the world and notably across this country. I've made the point about DeSantis that I think he's functionally authoritarian. I'm worried more in many respects about Trumpism, what transcends well beyond his term and time and tenure.
You think Trump or DeSantis would be a greater threat to democracy?
I leave that to more objective minds. I'm concerned about democracy fundamentally in this country.
He's going to leave it to objective minds because he's not objective at all. He's not objective.
At least he's honest about it.
Right. He's not.
But
that guy,
he is smeezy. He is smooth and sleazy.
He's knows how to
sleazy.
He knows how to say all the things. Yeah, I know. I get so sick of them talking about democracy too, and we're a constitutional republic. Yeah. And they have no regard for the Constitution, as evidenced by the fact that they completely violated the First Amendment.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about the Constitution, that side of the aisle. But you don't hear anything. You don't hear them talking about that at all. You just hear them yammering on about autocracy when it's their side that didn't want us to say anything during COVID. And they squelched all of us during COVID. I mean, that was like a huge story over the weekend.
Yeah, that the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the fact that the federal government basically they took away our First Amendment rights during that entire COVID hullabaloo. And so that sent a pretty strong message. I hope that that's becoming a trend, that there's going to be some accountability, and I'm not going to hold my breath.
There won't be any accountability.
Well, and then we've got Governor Grisham in New Mexico literally just saying out loud, I don't have, the Constitution is not absolute. I don't have to follow it because I can just declare an emergency. This is pretty unbelievable. This got a lot of attention over the weekend. Here it is.
Last follow-up.
Yeah.
But
your point is valid.
You took an oath to the Constitution. Isn't it unconstitutional to say you cannot exercise your carry license?
With one exception, and that is if there's an emergency, and I've declared an emergency for a temporary amount of time, I can invoke additional powers. No constitutional right, in my view, including my oath, is intended to be absolute. There are restrictions on free speech. There are restrictions on my freedoms. In this emergency, this 11-year-old and all these parents who have lost all these children, they deserve my attention to have the debate about whether or not in an emergency we can create a safer environment. Because what about their constitutional rights? I took an oath to uphold those too. And if we ignore this growing problem without being bold, I've said to every other New Mexican, your rights are subrogated to theirs. And they are not, in my view.
Wait a minute. You're talking about crimes. There are already laws against the crimes, so how are their rights?
I got it. But again, if I'm unsafe, who's standing up for that right? If this climate is so out of control, somebody should do something. I'm doing as much as I know to do.
Madam Governor, do you really think that criminals are going to hear this message and not carry a gun in Albuquerque on the streets for 30 days?
No. But here's what I do think. It's a pretty resounding message.
Somebody, they need to impeach that psycho. They're trying. Yeah, she is a psycho. Unbelievable.
And what is there's not an emergency. That's the thing, is that they overuse their powers. They overextend what they think is their power to just be like, oh, I'm going to declare an emergency so that I can basically be a tyrant for as long as I want. No, that's not how this works.
Yeah. So what does Gavin Newsom think about that? What does he think? What does he think about the fact that they, went against our First Amendment rights? What does he think about that? It's funny how, is it Jake Tapper? Was it Jake with the pubic hair on his face? Is that who was interviewing him in that interview?
Todd.
I'm sorry, I get them confused. Chuck Todd is the one with the pubic hair on his face. He didn't ask him about any of that stuff. He just wants to spew all these garbage points about how I don't like DeSantis because he actually has balls and I don't. I just have the fake nudicles. I just have those. I don't have balls, but DeSantis has balls. So I'm, completely intimidated by him. So I'm going to just mention him every single time I'm in an interview. I'm going to mention him because I'm obviously intimidated by him, which is exactly what he does. I swear to God, he is just obsessed with DeSantis. It's so bizarre how obsessed he is with that guy. What does Florida have to do with California? It's weird how he constantly talks about him. But it's so weird how they don't ask the questions. They just want to blab on about autocracy and they want to blab on about all that kind of stuff. But it's so interesting how they don't ask the actual questions about stuff that's going on across the country, which is Democrats are the ones who are actually engaging in this sort of behavior. They're the ones who are squelching our constitutional rights. They're the ones we've given you 2 examples, huge ones, big ones who everybody should be concerned about. Everybody, liberals too.
Well, and there was another part of that interview that I saw elsewhere where they were asking him about basically, do you have regrets about how you handled COVID? And they specifically said, you figured out a way to make it so that Hollywood movie production companies could get to work, but you didn't let people say goodbye to their grandmothers who passed away.
Exactly.
Do you have regrets about that? And he tried to say, well, we just didn't know what we didn't know. Oh, and that's when Chuck Todd should have been like, well, Governor DeSantis knew. How come you didn't figure it out? You were too busy eating at the French Laundry, perhaps, to figure that out.
Amen. But see, they won't because they just want to they just are licking his butt the whole time. They just want to, this is the thing. The media is so, they're so in bed with these people. They're so in bed with him. They just give him a pass. They never ask him the hard questions. I kind of wish that one chick who was asking questions to Kamala, I don't even know her name. I kind of wish she would interview him. I don't even know who that chick is, but I kind of like her. I don't even know. I kind of like her. Yeah, we need her. We need some of these conservative journalists to ask the questions to him. Or I'd like to see that matchup between DeSantis and
Newsom.
Gavin.
Oh my God, I would love to see that.
I'd love to see a debate between the two of them. I'd like to see them just spar in a room.
Mm-hmm. That would be amazing. Now, speaking of COVID, Dr. Fauci is still making the rounds. And, there's been this study, the Cochrane study that everybody's kind of talking about, which basically the conclusion was, we don't really have any evidence to suggest that masks do anything to help with COVID. Fauci will not let this go. And so it's really interesting. 2 clips here. First, Jonathan Karl talking to Fauci about that study. And Fauci is trying to say, which is true, that the organization, the institution that put out the study, that published the study, there are leaders in that organization who are trying to politicize the outcome of the study by saying, well, that's not really what it said. And there's still you guys are just misinterpreting it. So there's Fauci going along with that line. And then the very next clip is of the author of the study saying this is being politicized and it's a bunch of BS. Take a listen.
A new study out that suggests that masks were actually not effective, at least in a global sense, in containing the pandemic. What is your sense looking back at all this? Did masks prove to be less effective than you anticipated?
John, some of the studies that are confusing, the study that recently has been now quoted a lot and causing a lot of confusion is this Cochrane study, which even the people who run the Cochrane studies say that study can be misleading because people have commented on that study saying absolutely masks don't work, which is absolutely not the case because there are a number of studies that show that masks actually do work. And there's a lot of confusion when you take a series of studies and you look at them in a meta-analysis. Only a couple of those studies were specifically looking at COVID. So I think we better be careful that study that people keep talking about can be very, very misleading. There's a lot of good data that masks work.
So I'm hoping to bring clarity to viewers because it's very hard to follow as lay people. It sounds to me, Dr. Jefferson, as you are saying, we don't know. And by the way, when I look at the author's conclusion, and I'll put this on the screen, the author's conclusion from the most recent of these flat out says there is uncertainty about the effects of face masks. I don't want people to think that you're here saying they don't work. It sounds to me like you're here saying, I can't tell you if they do or they don't work, but please speak for yourself.
You're correct. I can't tell you whether they work or don't work, but it's more likely than not that they don't work, okay? Based on, but this is not just against SARS-CoV-2, the COVID pathogens. We're looking at interventions over 78 trials over 50 years. The whole review is over 500,000 participants in these trials. Now, the underlying problem that you've got there is that people are drunk with certainty. They're told that something works. End of the story. That's not science. What science is about is it's likely or unlikely to work, or we can't find any evidence of it. So,
but when you say, but Dr. Jefferson, when you opine that in your opinion it's more likely than not that they don't work, that then puts you at odds, and herein lies the confusion, with the editor-in-chief. Put this on the screen. Carla Soares-Weiser, the editor-in-chief of the Cochrane Library, says, quote, many commentators have claimed that a recently updated Cochrane review shows that masks don't work, which is an inaccurate and misleading interpretation. It would be accurate to say that the review examined whether interventions to promote mask wearing helped to slow the spread of respiratory viruses and that the results were inconclusive. Do you disagree with her statement?
Dr. Soares-Weiser appears to be apologizing for the misconceptions and the misquotes of third parties, which is extraordinary. If I had a pound or a dollar for every time I've been misquoted, I'd be in the Bahamas. I wouldn't be here speaking to you, sunning myself in my huge villa. Being misquoted and misunderstood, unfortunately, and being also in a political forum like this, which is not my natural habitat, I don't. This has become political. You see, the first the first three iterations of the review went completely unremarked. Apart from the 2020 update or the 2023 update, they started getting attention simply because masks had become political. So this is a political milieu. And I can only tell you what the science is, the reliable science shows with all its limits. What I just told you.
It puts the public.
I can't make up stuff.
I mean,
he's right.
Yeah.
They want so badly. They just want so badly for the narrative to be, but they work. It's inconclusive, but you should totally wear them. They work. They totally work. This is the thing.
Yeah.
It's all political.
I have such a hard time looking at Michael Smirkonish because he's always like just the giant eyes. I can't deal.
And I have such a hard time looking at Fauci.
Yeah.
Every time I see him on a screen, I'm like, why the hell is he there? Why is he there?
Why?
And all I can think about in the back of my mind, and I try to push it down. I really do. I try so hard to suppress it, this thought. All I can think of is I'm paying that guy's pension. I work so he can sit on his ass and take a pension that I pay for. Doesn't that drive you guys crazy? It drives me crazy.
Well, now it does. I wasn't thinking about that until you said it.
Every time his happy little butt is on a TV screen, I'm like, I'm paying for his retirement and he should be in jail. It drives me insane. It's like, I need to stop thinking about it. It's like, it makes my blood pressure go up. I can't.
Well,
why is he not in jail? Why is he not in jail? Why is he not in jail?
Let's move on to one more person who will actually drive you crazy. There's still the Biden administration is still trying to finagle ways to absolve students of their responsibility to repay their student loans. And their latest proposal is getting some attention. And Secretary Cardona was asked directly, and props to the CNN chick for asking the question. She wants to know, hey, who's paying for that? Can you just give us some clarity about who's paying for all these student loans? And here is how that went.
I do appreciate that. But who's paying for that cost?
Well, as I said before, the deficit reduction is creating space for policies that open the door to access. But let me shift a bit to
I just want
the
to
students that I spoke to yesterday.
I want to hear from them. Big issue. I want to hear about that. But I also just want to level with the American people. That cost is federal government pays for it, taxpayers?
Right. It's part of the president's plan, which also includes deficit reductions. You can't discuss what the costs are without talking about how the deficit has been reduced.
Yeah.
And what we're hearing from the American people who are drowning in debt and can't buy a home and add to the economy because of college costs.
Yeah, I totally understand that. I'll also note that the federal budget deficit is now expected to balloon to $2 trillion for the fiscal year of 2023.
Yeah, suck it, Cardona.
Oh my God.
What a loser.
Student loans, and like we're paying, just bend us all over. We got to keep paying for other people's crap.
Yeah.
It's all just this circular thing. Just who else am I paying for? It's like, get in line, everybody. Get in line. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jay Carter, thank you. Jay Carter says, if masks work so well, Fauci may have killed or at least put a whole lot of people at risk when he lied to us about not needing them. Masks working equals Fauci in jail. I wish someone would put it to him that way.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
It is time for whack. Let me
bring
this up.
You guys, so this basset hound had a facelift. This lady was sick of this basset hound. That's a before picture. I kid you not. Okay. And then I have other information, but see, this is the before picture. This chick got her basset hound a facelift. I kid you not. Like that's the after.
And then I think there's another after too. There it is.
I don't see the difference in that one very much.
Well, he can see because the skin isn't over his eyes anymore. See how his eyes are open?
See, now I know Mock has a thing about these animals that have all the wrinkles in their face, and she doesn't like all the snorgeliness of like bulldogs. I always tell her, you should get a bulldog because you're such a UGA fan. And she's like, I refuse to get a bulldog because of all their snorgeliness, you know?
Yeah, I don't
like listen, this is actually happening. So I read an article about how this is a big business now. There are vets that are also plastic surgeons. They use Botox to perk up the ears of certain breeds like Dobermans. They give nose jobs to dogs. Facelifts, and what's really big business is testicular implants, which are actually called nudicles, to help neutered pets regain their masculinity.
What?
I kid you not. This is happening. So like if you cut the balls off of a dog, right? And your dog is like, I'm feeling kind of bad about myself because my masculinity is like if I decided to catch his gigantic balls off and he felt like, I really want to have my masculinity again.
How would you know? How would you know that's how he feels?
He doesn't, which is why this is whack. Okay. So stupid. You could actually buy them fake balls and they're called nudicles and then they put them on there. It's just the dumbest thing, you guys.
Oh my God.
Listen to this. People spent over $62 million. Okay. This was just in 2011. So I can imagine what the cost is now. It's probably like double that, right? Just on plastic surgery for their animals, for like their dogs and cats. I'm assuming it's just mostly dogs. There's this is just according to the animal insurance company called Pet Plan. Some procedures like this set you back like $5,000. I mean, this is nuts. And most of the people who are spending money on this are millennials because they believe that they are pet parents and not just pet owners. This is happening. They're giving their dogs Botox.
That's insane.
What is happening? What is
now
happening?
I will say that this basset hound, he could not see. And so I understand, like, from a medical standpoint, you want your dog to be able to like do things like see. That's important. Sight is important. So to me, this is less plastic surgery than it is like fixing a medical problem.
No, but I mean, you're like going in, you're like, I'd like my dog to look like Joan Rivers. I mean, what the hell?
That is crazy. That's crazy.
This is the thing. I can't. Can you imagine going in?
I totally get like fixing, and that's the problem. This is why I constantly say to breeders, if you are breeding bulldogs or bassets or any other naturally health problem afflicted dog, stop. Stop doing that. Just stop.
Yes, and then somebody said, Charlotte said, but they can't pay back their student loans. They probably like, get their dog Botox and nudicles, like fake balls. But then they're like, I can't pay back my student loan.
I need help from taxpayers for that.
But I just took Fluffy to get Botox. I can't. And a nose job. Okay.
Oh,
anyways, that's your whack for today. Basset hounds are getting facelifts.
I mean, that's not as crazy as the Botox and the nudicles. That's wow.
It's pretty crazy, you guys. It's pretty crazy.
Very, very excited that right now MyPillow is having a big fat sale on their towels, which is my favorite MyPillow product. Okay, so right now you can get half off the 6-piece towel set. It's just less than $40 right now for the full 6-piece set when you enter code CHICKS at mypillow.com/chicks. Use code CHICKS at checkout. You'll get half off of the towels right now. And they are, I will never, ever, ever use another towel for as long as I live. Henceforth and forthwith, there is no better towel.
They're the best.
You can fight me on this. I promise. There's nothing better.
You're always asking people to fight you on ads, and then I end up having to actually fight people. You guys, I had to do that in Instagram this weekend. She did an Omaha.
What happened with that?
I don't know. He decided not to fight me, but some dude like got pissed off because she was doing an Omaha ad on our Instagram this weekend. You guys should go look at it. And some dude was like, "I'll fight you because I don't like that meat" or something like that. And I was like, "All right, come to my house and let's freaking fight, dude." And then he decided not to fight me. Some bearded dude.
Oh, man.
I mean, like guys who want to fight women, I have no tolerance for that. But I was like, you want to come to my house? Let's go. Let's go. You just don't want to do that with me. Anyway, I think he decided not to. He got kind of like, wait, she wants to fight me? Oh, my God.
I didn't mean it.
I didn't realize she was actually going to fight me. Yeah, so.
Oh my gosh. Robin Zecca, thank you. Robin says, I think people need to be reminded that a vote for Joe is a vote for Kamala. Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
Nikki Haley does a great job of reminding everybody of that every time she's on TV. She's constantly harping on that fact.
True.
All right, it is time for some MyPillow talks. Today, apparently, or yesterday maybe, was the anniversary. I don't know if you guys remember this particular talk. This is one of the very first TikToks I ever saw that made me kind of fall in love with the platform. And it was of the girl who is pretending she's doing a skit with herself. One of her selves is God. The other self is an angel. And God is asking the angel if the angel followed up on a request of his related to dinosaurs. And it's the third anniversary of that going explosively viral. I think at this point it's been seen 22 million times.
Oh my gosh.
So if you haven't seen it, you're one of the few. Here it is.
Hey God, what's up? Hey Angel, did you give the dinosaurs more muscle like I asked? What? I told you to make them meteor. Make them a meteor. 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 Meteor.
I love it. That's fantastic.
So much. Oh my God.
It's
so
just
great.
Fantastic.
Okay. Remember how much fun we had with the whole rise up lights, the way to say razor blades with an Australian accent?
Yes.
I have another one for you.
You do?
Yes. So exciting.
I read something online that said if you say RNR, it sounds like you're saying, oh no. with an Australian accent,
What?
and I can't stop saying it.
R&R. R&R.
R&R.
R&R.
It totally works.
These guys have to do it all day today. R&R.
Oh my God.
R&R.
R&R.
R&R. Oh my God, that's so weird.
Isn't it the greatest though?
It's
Now
just
we know.
so weird.
I've always wondered, how in the world do they say their O's? It doesn't make any sense
It
to
doesn't
me.
make any sense at all.
And now it kind of does.
Oh my God, now we know how to speak Liam. We know how to speak Liam and
Right.
Chris Hemsworth. R&R.
R&R.
R&R, Liam. So great.
Okay, this chick, oh my God, she's my idol. When it comes to pranking her husband, so she decided, I don't know why, but it makes me love her so much. She decided randomly that she was going to throw a piece of ham at her boyfriend every single day for 6 weeks.
For 6 weeks?
Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
Come here real quick. Come here really quick. Like, hurry up.
They call you back.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, babe.
Oh my God, he's such a good sport. He's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
I'll show you something really quick.
I love him. I totally love him. He's in the bathroom.
Okay, you need to stop.
No, it's a trend.
No, it's not.
I'm trying to make it a trend.
Oh my God, I love that.
I love her.
I know,
oh my
it's
God.
so awesome.
Okay, then I wanted to show
so
you.
gleeful.
She's so happy.
Oh my God.
There's, do you have like a certain sound that just makes you, oh my God, you just get the heebies, or it just like completely grosses you out?
It's
for any
usually my
particular reason?
alarm every morning. My alarm. It's Adele. It's Adele singing. I don't know why. I'm not even a fan of Adele, which is why I made her my daily alarm.
Oh my God.
It just makes me dislike Adele even more. Sorry for everybody who likes Adele, but I'm not a fan of her music, which is why I made her my morning alarm. But yes, it grates on my nerves.
Well, this is different though than grating on your nerves. This is like, this woman has a sound issue where if she hears this particular sound, it makes her want to vomit. Like, literally,
I don't have anything like that.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Funny, but she tries to make a TikTok about it and cannot get through it without like dry heaving. And it is so funny.
God.
Does anybody else have like specific sounds that bother them?
No.
For me, it's styrofoam. It's styrofoam. Like styrofoam rubbing against each other.
Oh my God.
All right, I'm gonna try to open this. Ooh. I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna open this. Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. People who dry heave just crack.
Oh my God. I died. I love that so much.
Oh my God, the dry heaving. I could not. Poor Cash is up. He's like, Mom, you okay? What's going on? It's okay. We were just laughing at somebody, honey.
Oh my God. Anyway, those are your talks for today.
Oh my God. Okay, so my house is like, it's just, he's so sticky. Cash is so sticky. Oh God.
Still so messy at your
There's
house.
so much concrete, like dust everywhere because we're having our floors redone. And it's like, and poor Astrid looks like Mad Max of Thunderdome because there's just concrete dust all over her sweet little black body. And so we're thinking about getting her like some sort of like cross and like skull like around her neck so she can look like she's like seriously
she can complete the outfit.
Totally. Yeah. Get her some, like spikes coming out, so she
I think he came specifically because he's like, I know what you want of me and I'm ready to perform.
Are you ready? Can I? He's got his head down. Look at him. He's all buried.
He's all tucked in.
He's all snuggly and tucked. Can I have a kiss? Oh, you want to do some shakes? Come on, shake it. Shake it. Come on, you gotta shake it. You gotta shake it.
On the side. Do it on the side.
He's not doing the flaps. You gotta do the flap.
Right there. Yeah, right there.
Flap it. There it is. Oh, it was a good one. Whew. Wow, I'm gonna be feeling that one for days. You're so hairy. He wants to say hello to everybody.
Such a snuggler today.
All right, he is so snuggly. You guys bringing in hairs everywhere. God, he needs a bath, you guys. So bad, so bad. He's so stinky and hairy. Okay, I'm bringing it in. You guys have the best Monday, like
the best Monday ever.
And make sure we all remember September 11th and say some prayers, have some time, like really take some time to think about those people and think about the day. I know I'm going to do that. And do that with your children and your grandchildren too. Try to do that. For sure. Okay. You guys have a great Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, everybody.